Before checking out our commentary, we would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to our little channel here and hit that button. Welcome back to part 2 of our writer-director commentary for Allan the Dog. When we last left off, we were meeting the lovely and talented Allison Hayslip.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Ellie.
Yeah. Oh, you want to come in?
Yes.
Yeah, come on in.
Very similar to Sam Daly, Allison gave us great feedback as we finalized the script, helping us shape the amusing character of Ellie. And with her wardrobe, we absolutely love all the details. It's definitely a fun thing to look out for as you watch the movie. Here, if you can tell, she's got an owl shirt on underneath her leather jacket.
Respect.
Yeah, respect backsies to the maxis. Flattery will get you everywhere, my lady.
Oh.
Anyway, Matt is running very late and has to leave immediately, so that'll give us a chance to see if we're a good match.
Hey, who's nudging who now, huh, buddy? It was great meeting you, Ellie. Really great.
You too.
I like your glasses, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
More smoothness from Matt here.
We didn't originally envision such a handsome man playing this part. We thought more awkward, and we were wondering if Sam could, pull it off in a way. I mean, it's like it's a little bit more of a stretch seeing such a dynamic dude being awkward, but he nailed it. He rode that line perfectly.
And this next scene here where Allan's going to interview her and see if she's worthy of being his dog walker and also potentially worthy of more, was the scene we actually had to go back and shoot because when we were shooting other stuff in this apartment, we had a painting that kept falling off the wall. And we were also knocking on the door to signal the actors, which was a huge mistake on our part, and some of the neighbors were not too happy about that. So we went back to shoot this.
So when we were able, days later, to come back, we were like, oh man, we can't get kicked out again. So Alice and I sat outside and we just ran our lines over and over and over. It was more for me because she knew her lines better than anyone, truly.
A little annoying after a while.
Well, I don't wish to call you my lady if my lady does not like it.
Every now and then is perf.
Okay, first question. That's a question, and it's a pretty big one. Are you a sociopath?
No. Every time I murder somebody, I feel terribly guilty.
Witty banter, check. Huh, that's great.
This really felt like Allan had interviewed somebody multiple times. Like he's done this before, which he really hasn't. So typical Allan, he has an actual printout of these questions that he's been thinking about asking somebody. And the idea that your first question would be, are you a sociopath, is probably something a lot of us want to ask people when we first meet them. But only Allan has the guts to do it.
I think if you get a close-up of the interview sheet, the question number 2 is, are you sure you're not a sociopath?
Which again is it's him. It's him, pretty much dead on.
A little bit.
Oh, well, I guess I would take control. Rein you in.
Ooh.
Yeah, just, a gentle tug on the leash to remind you who's in control.
Ooh, message received.
Yeah, and if things got really out of hand, maybe a firm pat on the butt with a "Allan, no" thrown in.
OMG. I could hug your face forever.
Oh.
Well, I think we're done here. Anything you want to tell me before a trial rub? Run. Trial run. Sorry, my trial run?
That rub line is all you, Barry, and it's always gotten a great response in our screenings.
Well, I love your and Allan's delivery. You talked about how you guys rehearsed a ton before walking on set. This is the longest scene in the movie, and you and Allison nailed it. Once we were set up and ready to go, you immediately had this great rapport, and we burned through it.
Oh, I'm all for national legalization, but Matt and I, honestly, we've barely dabbled with the Mary Jane ourselves. Blow that fucker in my eyes!
Joe having fun with some wide-angle lenses here. The scene is basically intact from the first pass. The only shot we toyed with was an improv where Matt and Allan kissed. But it really didn't fit, so we quickly tossed it aside.
All finished?
No. Well, you're obviously hired.
Oh.
You give me a sense of control, and yet I never forget who's boss.
Yeah, it felt natural.
You're very pretty, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Alan.
And here, Allan brings up the movie Rocky, and of course, that's a recurring theme. But we have tons of other movie references as well.
Just another little added touch there to show not only the bond between the guys that they would actually go get a professional picture taken at like Walmart, but definitely a shout out to Step Brothers, which is something we do quite a bit in this movie. Definitely pay homage to a lot of our favorite movies.
And you'll definitely pick up on our Rocky and Star Wars references, but see if you can find the nods to movies like Diner, Superman 2, and Tommy Boy. And along the way, I'll let you in on a couple.
But I would love to watch the movie Rocky for the 65th time.
Oh, big fan, huh?
Are you kidding me? Sly wrote the script in 2 weeks. That's redonk.
That is redonkulous. You know what? I would love to join you, but my boyfriend's about to pick me up. Oh.
This is his second panic attack, so it was like Brad's like, how can I just take it up a notch here and add a little bit extra to the music? People definitely got it when we first screened it, like, oh, it's happening again. Great improv by Allison here to reach into the pocket and get one more poke.
Doesn't hold a candle to the Ridge Feature, which is short for original feature.
We have more candidates to interview, but thank you so much.
Barry, you talk about this moment here.
Yeah, no, this is like Allan realizing, hey, I can't give these pills to myself. Not only that, he got a second to kind of take himself together like anybody does after a little blow up, and he realized, I can't let this girl go. She's just too good to be true, and I need her.
He offers her the job or re-offers her the job, and it's going to kick off sort of their getting to know each other montage. And there are big moments like that in movies that are these big turns that don't, in a lot of movies, they may not seem a lot on the surface, but this is a definite turn and takes our story in a new direction.
You get to meet Ellie's boyfriend, Steve, here. This was actually originally supposed to be like a chopper, and like a day before the shoot couldn't make it happen. So it's my buddy Chad, who, as you see, has a visor inside his visor, which was real. Just another great friend who came through for us. Little cameo here.
Oh, yeah.
I still think I look like a real mailman there. Many people didn't, but...
Fuck you, man.
Allan, no!
Yeah, set me straight, baby girl. I'm so naughty.
I'm so sorry.
I think the milkshakes was definitely Allison's idea, wasn't it?
Yep, it was ice cream in the original script, but hard to have Allan holding an ice cream cone. So Allison got the idea for milkshakes, and boom, problem solved.
Here, Matt is trying to cleverly check out Ellie's profile. It's a really fun beat because they have this flirtatious moment when they first met. And when you catch someone checking you out, it's pretty flattering. Another owl reference there, the necklace.
Oh, good call.
She had so many brilliant accessories that were all fun, but also really important to give her character more depth.
Dude.
Where do you think you're going? Oh, little dude, you touch that ball, I will eat you whole. Poop
So
you
this is our little second run in with the evil coyotes, just to kind of show, our monocle pops back up to let you know that they're still there. And now you get introduced to his lackey buddy, Kevin.
Food goes in here.
Oh, jeez, Kevin.
What?
Voiced by Mr. Barry Murphy.
And named after my nephew.
Swear, if you weren't my sister's kid, I'd have you for breakfast.
I can play ball if I want to. Big
That dog does not make another appearance.
This is really the first time that Allan's really gonna sniff out that Matt might have a little thing for Ellie too here. He thinks he's got it under control at this point, where obviously through a montage they've done several walks. So this really kind of sets up the competition between them when the meat of the story starts to get really fun.
I was thinking maybe we go by the lagoon, check out some ducks. Do you want to come, Ellie?
Sounds great.
This day sucks.
Sun's reflection in the water is really pretty.
Totes.
And I love this visual of the love triangle on the bench, the three of them together as the competition is brewing.
RDP Joe was composing the shot, and he was excited to use her owl necklace. To me, it always felt like an eavesdropping character, you know, almost like those old owl clocks where the eyes moved.
Cool.
It's funny, there's a bunch of old folks who hang out in the neighborhood, just sweet people who go around, feed birds and bird watching. They're just looking at us set this thing up like, what are you guys about to do here? We were really hustling to get in and out, but at the same time, you know, I really wanted to give the actors a few takes to play around. And we ended up using most of the latter, more animated takes when Joe edited the scene.
Oh, it's okay. We were struggling for a while. Nobody's to blame. Well, Steve's lack of communication is to blame. That and the fact that he sent a dick pic collage to his neighbor.
A collage?
Yeah. A lot of time and effort went into this. It was a bunch of pics of his dick wearing tiny hats. Indiana Jones's fedora. One of those jester hats with the little bells on the end.
Whenever we would, like, you know, film in like a park or some public place, we're like, dude, we got to have a small footprint. And we'd show up and there'd be like a huge tent erected.
Generator.
Like a generator going, someone sitting in full view in a makeup chair. So it was pretty funny. It was a bigger footprint than we were hoping for, but we got away with it.
It's okay, Ellie. Everybody has a tipping point.
Terrible choice of words, my man. But I know something that might help. A hug from a super cute dog. If only we...
Hugging a lovable dog, it always works. Allan playing his cards correctly there.
He's turning on the charm. That's what he does. You wanted Allan. You were big on this moment where after the hug, where Allan leans over and smiles at Matt, and that is a great moment, man. It's just building that competition that's sort of unspoken right now.
Right. They haven't discussed it yet.
My therapist said I should focus on what makes me happy right now, and frankly, I love getting high and knitting owls on shit.
I got nothing, you?
No, I'm good.
So here's our intro to Uncle Henry's Comedy Club. What we did was light and shoot the wall blank. Then Young, our visual effects artist, went in and created that wonderful sign.
Fucking rice. Boom! Yeah, we are red dash.
Yes, we are.
By the way, dude, Owl Pillow Knitting Club?
Oh, God, what was that?
I mean, at least you know the excuse is real. Who would make something like that up?
I don't know.
Speaking of making shit up, I told Ellie that you were a registered sex offender. All right, let's have a great show
Wait
now.
a minute, what? Why would you make up something like that?
So I look amazing by comparison, dude. God, it's called being...
So we're about to be introduced to the inside of that Moose Lodge I was telling you about that we turned into a comedy club. But the bar in here was all real, and they had these really cool chairs in there. So again, a great job by Maddie. But as soon as we saw the inside of this place, we're like, oh yeah, this will totally work. With a little Adam Pockross and Sam Ball in the background, some Playa legends. And the great Tony Check we're introduced to as Tommy the bartender here. Mm-hmm. And here we get to meet the marvelous John Bader. Couldn't be a nicer human being.
I was a fan of The Practice, man, so when that name came up as, you know, possibly playing Uncle Henry, I was like, what? From The Practice? That's awesome.
He actually came in and had all these different wardrobe ideas. He brought the cigar and everything, and once he threw the hat on with the cigar, we're like, yep, that's pretty much Uncle Henry.
And while I still have a little bit of road left in me, I'm turning the reins over to my brother-in-law, Barrick.
You know, if we would have had more time, we definitely would have got more close-ups of him. It's probably the only scene in the whole movie where I was like, I would have liked a little more coverage. And not that it doesn't work. It was just one of those things that you sit there and you watch it so many times that you're like, oh, man. I would have loved to get a little tighter, especially when he winks at that girl.
People can get everything they want right on the internet. Why leave the house when you can sit in your underwear and watch high-definition porn?
Yeah, but...
Some other great extras in this. My buddy Victor and Dave Yock.
You haven't met my brother-in-law, Barrick. Barrick, take the floor.
And what better way to cliffhang part 2 than with a legend like Steven Weber? If you're enjoying these videos, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell. That way you'll know when part 3 drops. Thanks for watching.